welcome to Speed Feed. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. This is where we talk about the latest in news and trending topics. My name is Kimani Mbogwa, in case you didn't know that already, or in case you forgot. And we are doing this live today. I have so much cover. We have so much cover here on Speed Feed. So please do get interactive as we explore today's news and stories that you need to know. Yeah, there is a lot to talk about, in terms of what is happening today, some of the things that are happening. And let's get straight into our feed. Follow me here on the Speed Feed to see what we'll be talking about. Our first item is for all Muslims. The holy month of Ramadan starts today, and we here at Speed Feed would like to wish you a Ramadan Kareem as you start observing the holy month. And I had to put this picture of Mohamed Salah, who said, "I'd like to wish everyone Ramadan Mubarak." Yeah, here it is. And Mohamed Salah is, of course, my favorite footballer of all time. No, not of all time. Yeah, I don't know how to say this, but I really love Mohamed Salah because I'm a Liverpool fan, in case you didn't know that. Yeah. What team do you support? Yeah? Tell me in the comment section. Yeah. Meanwhile, the interviews to find the next Chief Justice are ongoing. They're still going on. So today, the Judicial Service Commission interviewed this woman here. Her name is Patricia Kameri-Mbote, in case you didn't know her. Now, just a bit about her. She's an advocate of the High Court, and she is also a senior counsel, and she got that title in 2012. And she is also the Dean of the School of Law at the University of Nairobi. And if you Google her, you will find her 39-page CV. It's online. So there is everything you need to know about her. And she was interviewed today by the JSC. The part where they questioned her about a section of her CV where she says that she is tech savvy, yeah, and they went on with her about it. And we also stream that live, so you can find that interview. If you're watching this on Facebook, it's available here on our Kenyans.co.ke Facebook page, that whole live interview. Now, meanwhile, as this was going on, so some members of the family of Philip Murgor, he's one of the candidates to be interviewed, to be the next CJ. So members of his family, his cousins actually, have signed a petition saying that they don't support his bid to be the next Chief Justice. Now, according to them, they accuse Philip Murgor of pitting family members against each other by representing one side of the family in a succession case that has been going on since 2012. Now, in another incident, they accuse him of taking over his late mother's estate and excluding his siblings, who they say are now living in abject poverty. So now the former DPP, Philip Murgor, has responded to the allegations, and he dismissed them as lies, saying that his cousins are bitter because of the ongoing succession disputes in the family, and he says they would go to any lengths, including to lie to the JSC, not to make him the next Chief Justice. So just some family drama that you needed to know about that. But still, on the issue of finding the next Chief Justice, this is a big story, and it's happening right now. If you get on Twitter, people are right now talking about Professor Patricia Kameri-Mbote. She's trending at number 5, on Twitter right now. So this is a big story. So still on another update on this succession issue at the judiciary. So the Atheist Association of Kenya wrote to the JSC opposing the nomination of senior counsel Fred Ngatia to be the next Chief Justice. So Fred Ngatia is set to be interviewed by the JSC next week on Tuesday, but they have written to the JSC before this, opposing his nomination. Now, the Atheist Association, they say that because he represented President Uhuru Kenyatta in the 2013 and 2017 disputed presidential election petitions, now they claim that his personal interests are likely to be contrary to his loyalty to the public due to his association with the president, and therefore he cannot guarantee the independence of the judiciary. Yeah, some updates there for you on the current search for the new Chief Justice. keep the conversation going. The hashtag, you can use the hashtag SpeedFeedKE if you're watching this on Facebook. Yeah, comment below. I can see your comments as we go on the feed. 67 of you are here right now watching, and we are live. So yeah, let's talk about the things that are happening. A lot of you are talking about who is probably going to be the next Chief Justice. Who do you think is going to be the next Chief Justice? Yesterday, Justice Chitembwe got into hot waters with people online because of some comments about the age of consent. And, the more candidates are being interviewed, and Fred Ngatia is going to be interviewed next week on Tuesday. Now, that latest update from the Atheists Association, who opposed his nomination. But let's talk about other stories. Now, this one is for motorists. So, the Kenya Police has issued a directive that will see motorists fined 300,000 shillings if you use this fancy and recognized by unofficial number plates. Now, you might have seen cars on the road with unusual, fancy, custom number plates. Now, the police and NTSA have put all those who are using them on notice. And yesterday, they impounded cars that were using these number plates on Langata Road. So in case you're one of those people who's using the number plates, which they look like they're unique. It's easy to spot them because we all know the usual Kenyan number plates. But the police have said you'll be fined 300,000 shillings or serve a prison term of about 8 months if you're caught with those things. Yeah, and yesterday NTSA impounded a lot of cars on Langata Road, so be on the lookout. Now, let's talk politics here on the feed. You can follow me here to see what we're talking about today. So much is happening on the news. So let's talk about awkward relationships in politics. So yesterday, Industrialization CS Peter Munya was in an interview on NTV, and he described the relationship between him and DP William Ruto. He said that his relationship with DP has been reduced to strictly professional engagements. Now, it was interesting to find out this because you might remember in 2019, CS Peter Munya was accused of hosting a meeting at the Lamada Hotel to plot the assassination of the DP. And he was even summoned by the DCI together with other CSs to record statements concerning this. Now, he said that he only meets the DP in work settings and he only speaks to him during cabinet meetings. Yeah, strictly professional is a relationship between the two. But speaking of relationships, a bit of politics here that's happening today. Follow me here on the Speed Feed. So, speaking of relationships, Kenyans.co.ke, we reached out to the Jubilee Secretary General, Raphael Tuju, to probe the status of the relationship between the Jubilee Party and the DP. So on the possibility of mending the relationship, we all know there's been a frosty relationship between the DP and the party. We talk of him being excluded or being expelled from the party. Now, Raphael Tuju says perhaps yes, they might mend the relationship, or perhaps no. Now, he added that they do not have a personal relationship problem with the DP. They say that the differences between the party and Ruto only arise because William Ruto does not support the BBI, which is a big issue with President Uhuru. Now, he, however, downplayed the possibility of Ruto being kicked out from the Jubilee Party, and he insisted that the decision lies with the Jubilee Party's National Executive Committee. Now, still on political relationships, of late there's been speculation over, the handshake, whether the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga is still strong. And speaking of this issue, Senator James Orengo was addressing a chat service in GEM, and he says the relationship between the president and Raila Odinga is still strong. And according to him, those who are reading between the lines, seeing a frosty relationship in the handshake, are reading it all wrong. Yeah. So he says the handshake is still strong, right? So that's a bit of updates on political happenings, the relationship between CS Peter Munya and DP William Ruto, and of course, between the Jubilee Party and the DP. Now, let's talk about other updates because Moses Kuria was arrested yesterday for allegedly breaking COVID protocols. And he posted these pictures here on Facebook saying that he was being held at Karori police station. And so he was accused of breaking COVID protocols by holding a meeting at a hotel along the northern bypass. So he's said to be campaigning for his candidate for the Juja by-election. And so the latest concerning this is that he was fined. This has just happened just a few minutes ago. He was fined 75,000 shillings because of this, or to serve a jail term of 8 months for flouting COVID-19 guidelines. So that's the latest. So he has affronted the candidate for the Juja by-election, which will be held on May 18th under his People's Empowerment Party. So in the campaigns around this, that's when he was arrested for breaking COVID protocols by holding a meeting at a hotel. Now, another important news, and this one concerns everyone because the price of bread has gone up by between 5 and 8 shillings, and bakers are attributing this to the rise of the cost of wheat, and they are saying that Kenya depends on imports at a rate of about 75%, and there's been an increase in the cost of wheat, so that's why the prices of bread will increase. And on the same note, unrelated but similar, because this will be affecting everyone's pockets, the Cereal Millers Association, they say that the price of maize flour might increase because of a ban on importation of maize from Uganda and Tanzania. So the millers say that this ban is being conducted in uncertain circumstances, and this might lead to a shortage of maize and consequently an increase in the price of maize flour. Yeah. So let's talk in the comment section because we are live. Yeah, 72 of you are watching us live right now on Facebook. We are talking about the latest in news and trending topics that we need to know. These are some of the latest stories in the news. And just an update for you on some of the stories that you need to know right now concerning the interviews by the JSC to find the next Chief Justice. Today, Professor Patricia Kameri-Mbote was interviewed, and that's why she's trending right now on Twitter. Also, other happenings. What people are talking about, Twitter right now is talking about Ramadan. Ramadan is starting today. And among other things that are trending right now is Mohoho Kenyatta, because Gideon Moi posted pictures of himself and Mohoho Kenyatta meeting Raila Odinga at his home. And of course, this has raised talk on Twitter, yeah, you know, concerning is something cooking between the three, you know. If you go to his Twitter right now, that's Gideon Moi. He's posted that picture at Raila Odinga's home with together with President Uhuru's brother. Now he says he's deeply impressed by Raila Odinga's quick and steady recovery, a clear indication of his resilience in the face of adversity. And we wish him good health, long life, and boundless joy as one of the country's foremost patriots. So that's happening right now. That's why, in case you get on Twitter, Mohoho Kenyatta is trending right now because of that. So let's talk in the comment section. Roddy is here. He says the JSC interviews are better than Netflix JSC interviews and chill. Oh yeah, because yeah, it's quite it's very interesting to see senior people being interviewed, you know, like that part of today. My favorite part of today's interview for Professor Patricia Mbote was the part where she was asked whether she is tech savvy. Yeah, and she was asked to explain how she would, you know, make sure that the judiciary is also tech savvy. You know, when you lie on your CV and now you have to be interviewed by a panel in front of the whole country. You also what happened yesterday with Justice Chitembwe, and it can land you in trouble because anything you say will be used against you by Kenyans. Now, let's talk in the comment section if you're watching us on Facebook. Yeah, all right. I see Sanchez Josh is also here on Facebook as well. Yeah, let's keep talking. I'll be reading your comments as we continue on the feed. But in other news, This is for all lawyers and law students. The Council for Legal Education has given a notice for trainee lawyers who were set to sit for their bar examinations. So they have said that the exams have been postponed indefinitely. Now, in a statement, the council said it did not get government authorizations to hold the exams because of strict COVID protocols and regulations. Now, they also say that they will give students sufficient notice on the next dates for the exams, for the bar examination. So for those of you who are looking to be admitted into the bar, these exams have been postponed, but the council will give more updates. So yeah, keep watching Speedfeed. We'll all let you know what latest on that. Now, some good news for you if you're looking for a job. The National Police Service Commission announced job vacancies in the police service this morning. There are about 60 vacancies for positions ranging from human resource officers, supply chain management officers, program officers, receptionists, office assistants, research assistants, among others. Now, please check out this story. It's on Kenyans.co.ke for a full guide on how to apply. Yeah, go there right now if you're interested in any of these jobs. So the deadline for application is April 26th. So if you go to Kenyans.co.ke, you might find it, and you might want to use the keyword Police Service Commission. Yeah, go to Kenyans.co.ke. There's a full guide on how to apply for any of these jobs. So yeah, there you go. I'm hooking you up with these jobs in case you didn't know, because the Police Service Commission did not announce it on social media. They posted the openings on their website, so they're available right now. So head over there and apply. Let me have a sip of coffee. So much to talk about, right? Now, in other news, this sad story: a Form 4 girl was stabbed to death by a 27-year-old man in a place called Kavasia in Kitui. This is under very unclear circumstances. Now, according to witnesses, the man who killed this girl also attempted to commit suicide by stabbing himself shortly after. Now, he was arrested and is currently being treated at Kitui County Referral Hospital. Adapted for you. Sad story there by a citizen. Now, another news happening around us on social media. So, Mr. David Matenge, aka Nameless, he has lost his Instagram account to suspected Iraqi hackers. Now, his Instagram has been showing weird content and weird inconsistent posts and videos, including one video with Iraq's flag. Now, his wife, Wahoo, asked fans to disregard any posts coming from his account until he gets his account back. So be careful of your Instagram. You might lose it to hackers, right? Shall we get on the comment section and talk? Let me see some of you. Yeah, Kelvin is here, back here. It's good to see our regulars back on the feed today. Sunday is also here. Says maize and sugarcane price hike is where we toe the line. Yeah, it's sad because the price of bread is increasing by between 5 and 8 shillings. And also, the Association of Millers say that the price of maize flour might also increase. Means you might have expensive ugali. Somebody here says, Michael watching from Watamu. Jay, he says, if we get a female CJ, what? You're saying if we get a female Chief Justice, he will move to Uganda? Why would you do that, bro? Okay. Yeah, get on the comment section and talk to Jay, who is saying that if Kenya gets a female CJ, he's gonna move to Uganda. Why? Jesus. So much to talk about. Yeah, let's talk on the comment section. Michael's also saying watatumaliza. Yeah, the increase in the prices of unga and other things, including a story where someone in Nakuru, 3 people are reported to have died because of the lack of oxygen. Yeah, that's one of the stories that's happening right now. Also, Esther John watching from Nakuru. Also, yes, this is Facebook. Let's hop onto YouTube. My YouTube people, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching. If you're watching us live on YouTube. Before, let me check out our YouTube people before we talk about this next story. Ian is watching from Juja on YouTube as well. Yeah, we're live on Facebook and YouTube. It's amazing, right? The magic of technology. Yeah, you know, before people used to say the old magic of television. But now we're like the new magic of digital. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. So leave us a comment as we go on. So this next one is about how people are just getting creative, you know, with breaking lockdown protocols and COVID protocols. So bar owners have now devised new tricks to continue business during lockdown. And some of them are turning to guest houses and rooms which are usually around bars. They're turning them into party joints where people go into their lodgings and just lock themselves and start partying. So in Machakos, the deputy county commissioner and police did a raid yesterday in Mlolongo and Syokimau, and they arrested over 300 people who were found partying in various guest rooms, and police have put you on notice. Other people have also turned into Airbnbs, renting Airbnbs around the city, you know, to continue partying. And yeah, you probably have seen this. You know, Kenyans basically, you know, don't want to stay home. But you probably have also seen people driving out of town to places like Rimuru and just drinking on the roadsides now that the bars are closed. Just Kenyans finding a way of partying, you know, during lockdown. But please be safe out there even when you're doing these things. Yeah, you know, you only have yourself to blame. Now, let's talk some infrastructure stories. Kenya's second port, which is being built in Lamu, is almost complete. And this is after construction was delayed by the pandemic last year. And according to Kenya Ports Authority, the Lamu port will be ready to host its first ship by June. And you can see there, sorry about the star, that shows pictures there of the port that is now being constructed. It's going to be Kenya's second port. Remember, by the way, yesterday when I highlighted that there was an oil pipeline that was supposed to be built through Kenya, but to Uganda, but the Ugandan government said, we don't trust Kenyans. They are going to hike land prices along where this project is supposed to go. And they said it's probably going to take too long. So they went and built it in Tanzania. And some positive news, we're going to have 2 ports, you know. But still on infrastructure news though, continuing on the speed feed, Transport's yes, James Macharia. Yesterday, he addressed a few concerns on his Twitter. He's not very active on Twitter, but yesterday he addressed a couple of concerns that have been raised regarding the expressway. And one of them was, what will happen if there is little or no traffic on the expressway, if motorists decide to avoid the expressway because it's being charged? So he tweeted in this tweet, and he said that the government has not guaranteed anything to the investors. So if there is zero traffic on the expressway, the investors will have to bear the full risk of 65 billion shillings going down the drain. And yeah, that's why he said that the government does not guarantee anything. So in case people avoid the expressway, the investors are just gonna have to bear their own risk. All right, now some tech news for you. So usually on Twitter, there is wars between East Africa, North Africa, and West Africa. And this one probably has gotten East Africans just silent, because Twitter will open its first African office in Ghana. Yeah, this is according to a tweet that was posted by CEO Jack Dorsey. And the social media company is seeking to make inroads in some of the world's fastest growing African markets. And the statement by Twitter said that they chose Ghana because the country is a champion for democracy, is also a supporter for free speech, online freedom, and the open internet, of which Twitter is also an advocate. Which means the first African Twitter office is going to go to Ghana. Now, so much to talk about, right? How long have we been live? Whoa, I feel like we have just talked about so much. And thank you for those of you who are watching us on Facebook. Yeah, please leave us a comment. Let me see some of your comments here on Facebook. Joyfrey Mbichi Inanga says, watching live from Kahawa West. How you doing, Joyfrey? Brian says, and Brian is here on the comment section. Yeah, let's talk about some of the stories that we have just highlighted now on the speed feed. Brian is saying, if my car gets impounded mid-month, itabidi nimekaa ndani hadi mwisho wa mwezi. Well, you saw those guys who were impounded yesterday by NTSA. Those were expensive hired cars, and mostly I assume if you want to use one of those custom number plates, you'd have to pay for it, right? It's not, it's going to be pretty expensive. So if you can afford it, you probably can afford to bail yourself out of jail. But yeah, don't get in trouble with the police. Right now, there's not a lot of money circulating, so you don't want to be on the wrong side of the law. Roddy says, the price of bread should be regulated. It has come from 15 to 60 in my lifetime. Yeah, you guys remember when we used to buy bread at 15 shillings? Now it's 60 shillings. It's almost 60 shillings, and it's going to 60 shillings because it, bread right now, it ranges from 55 to 60 shillings right now, and it might even increase. Yeah. You guys remember that? Tough times, right? Now, 350K for what exactly? This government is so extra. That's Kelvin, who is talking about the number plates, the custom number plates. Yeah, you'll be fined 300,000 shillings if you're found using those custom fancy number plates. Yeah. Wataongeza aje bei ya mafuta alafu ya mkate pia ati 8 bob. Allah. Yeah. Jackson the Tabo says he's watching from Turkana. How you doing, Turkana? How's Turkana? Yep. Somebody else. Brian Casey is here. What? Just laughing emoji. By the way, do you guys know if you're a millennial, and a millennial means you were born between, is it 1985 to 1996? Yeah. Do you know that everyone who was born now past 1996, Gen Zs, have cancelled the laugh cry emoji? I found out this about a couple of weeks ago, and it had my feelings. For the first time, I felt old. Yeah. Now they're using the dead emoji, the skull and bone, the skull emoji. That's what you should use, and I don't think I'm gonna continue with that. I don't think I'm gonna stop using the laugh cry emoji. Now that's where I draw the line. Like no. Anyway, Fatuma Haji, if we choose a female Chief Justice, it will be generous. Yeah, it will be a good move. And by the way, some of the people who are being interviewed by the JSC currently, we have Professor Patricia Mbote was interviewed today, but there are about 3 other women. Let me get you their names right now, who are supposed to be interviewed, the people who are supposed to be interviewed by the JSC. Professor Patricia Mbote was interviewed today. Let me just get you some of the names of the people who are supposed to be interviewed by the Judicial Service Commission and the schedule. Remember, I gave you an update on Philip Murgo, whose cousins have said that they do not support his bid to become CJ because they say that he has been pitting the family against each other. Yeah, some of the updates that are happening. So we have 3 women who are going to be interviewed by the JSC. Tomorrow, Lady Justice Kome Martha Karambu will be interviewed tomorrow. And also on Thursday, Justice Marete Njagi will be interviewed. Philip Murgo will be interviewed on Friday. Yeah, interesting to see what he's going to have to say to the panel. Justice Nduma Matthews Nderi will be interviewed on Monday, next week on Monday. Senior Counsel Fred Ngatia will be interviewed on Tuesday. Honorable Justice Oko William Okela will be interviewed on Wednesday next week. And Dr. Wekesa Noni will be interviewed. Moni will be interviewed on Thursday next week. And the last person will be Yano Alice Jepkoech, who will be interviewed on Friday. There are 3 women who are set to be interviewed by the JSC. Yeah. And someone else says these creative Kenyans finding new ways to party during lockdown should be put on task that task force to figure out how we can avoid hizi deaths za Uhuru. Those guys were just being creative. And you just see people renting Airbnbs to continue partying during lockdown now since they can't go to clubs. Someone else says, imagine your account getting hacked and the question is, what's the name? Nameless. See what you did there, Sunday. Yeah, keep them coming. But yeah, we're about to end the feed. Someone else is saying you're watching from Goomba. Yeah? How you doing in Goomba? Yeah, Sandy Sana for commenting in the comment section. Yeah, we talked about everything today, some of the stories and things that you need to know that are happening today on Speed Feed. Now, I want to end it on a light note. So I know we've talked a lot about news, but I want to leave you with this girl. This is our last item. So she has since gone viral. Just watch this video. I hope this one warms your heart because it left me smiling. This girl is gonna become a superstar. Just watch this.
Saseni, kwa majina yangu naitwa Alvin Naitera Mwigai Chebet na shule yangu inaitwa Eldoret Premier School na matichers wangu teachers wangu mmoja anaitwa Teacher Briti, mwingine anaitwa Teacher Irene. Sasa directors wangu mmoja anaitwa Mr. CA, mwingine Mr. War, Mr. Givet na Mr. Mbugwa. Aya, let me just tell you one thing. Me, I love my school, my directors, and my teachers, and I love my family.
Javed. She made me so happy. Yeah, someone please find her and, we make her popular and famous like Bridget Bema. Anyway, this show has gone on for so long. I haven't even finished my coffee. And thank you so much for watching Speed Feed for today. Those are some of the news items and trending stories that you need to know. Yes, all from Moses Kuria being arrested to the price of bread being hiked. Now you're in the know here on Speed Feed. My name is Kimani Bongo. We'll see you again tomorrow from 2 p.m. live here on Kenyans.co.ke. See ya!